What's up? This is Draco.
And this is Alicia.
And you're now tuned in to OD
Podcast.
Oh.
Period.
What?
And while I thought it was a budget trip, God laughed at me. He was like, "Oh yeah, where you gonna stay at? How you gonna get there? Oh, you want to lay down on your flight home? Okay.
Yeah, that was the part for me.
Huh?
That was the part for me when you was.
Let me tell you how I can't even go back to econ. No, this is the thing. If I fly internationally, if I fly more than I'll say 4 hours, I'm gonna have to. I'm not gonna sit here and say I got to do Delta One. Delta One is very expensive. Okay. But I just got really lucky, and I still paid a bit much, but I didn't pay 4 figures like they normally ask for. So no, that's why I took advantage of the opportunity. But it definitely makes a difference in the experience because I actually went to sleep on my flight, and I never fall asleep on my flight. And if I do fall asleep, I'll wake up. And the time until destination made a change by like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
It was just very comfortable. Oh my God, the blanket they give you. I'm like, can I take this with me? I get a Toomey pouch with accessories. They got these Bose headphones. This super comfortable pillow, because I know that free pillow they give you. You might as well give you a sheet of paper.
and then the fact that they be wanting it back. Like, girl.
Right. Like, what y'all finna do with this? But yeah, the food was great. I mean, I had a tablecloth. It just was a really nice experience. They spoke to me by my last name. They called me Miss Arnold. Like, I'm like, this is the same airplane?
Yeah.
But
what kind of food they had? Because when I was on Delta International, I did KLM.
I flew Air France to Nairobi, and on the way back I flew KLM to Amsterdam, was same thing, and then Delta to Atlanta. That's why I was able to do Delta One on my return flight, because it was Delta One from Amsterdam to Atlanta. But KLM was really nice. I mean, KLM, Air France, really the same thing. They all part of Sky Team, so you really get a nice experience. But I will say the aesthetic of the KLM plane was the nicest. I think it's the color and the tones, and just the just the ambiance, whatever the case is. But I will say that I think there are nicer Delta One suites than the one I had. Like, I didn't have a door, which was not a big deal, because the Delta One seat to the right of me was empty, so it wasn't nobody by me, but to the left of me there was a guy. But anyways, it was a good experience. I feel like I just had to treat myself, and for the sake of transparency, I spent $699 on my trip. I mean, on my one Delta One flight, when I paid $624 for the whole trip.
Godly.
But when I was first looking to book that flight, it was like $4,000. So I'm like, you know what? And then Delta One is not really like that. Business class experience is not the same on all the other Delta. Anyway, long story short, I'm glad I did it. It was really nice. It definitely spoiled me. I'm not too good to ride the flight economy, because more than likely I'm gonna do it again. But if it's more than 4 hours, I will consider it. So
yeah,
I
feel you on that, honestly, because now I'm to the point where, like, I never really purchased a first class flight on my own. But lately, since I've been doing a lot of jobs and stuff, and then now I'm upgraded to almost a platinum member with Delta, all my flights be first class.
Yeah.
So it's like, and people be trying to act like it's not a difference. It's a difference.
Oh, it's a difference, because fly that first and then go to economy.
Yeah.
You don't have no space. Now, don't get me wrong. My flight from Amsterdam to Atlanta, the middle seat was empty. So I had me and the girl next to me took turns laying in the middle seat. But it's a difference, man. It definitely is. Now, I never flown like the regular first class, like Comfort Plus. Yeah. But I was in the main cabin on KLM. And I mean, just the leg room alone, like the fact that I was even able to cross my legs.
Man, I fall asleep so easy in first class. Let me tell you, I went to sleep so hard the other day. I was coming home from Philly, and I was exhausted. Like, I went to 3 different states in one day, and then I had to get up at 3 a.m. to get on a 5:30 a.m. flight.
Oh, Jesus.
So only 4 hours of sleep. Had to go to the airport. Once I got to the plane, I sat on the first row. And so I sat down long enough for the flight attendant to start talking to us and stuff. And he was like, I'm just so happy to see all these Black people in first class. I know that's right.
But, period. Because I had quite a few, well, not in first class necessarily. No, so 2 things. I was waiting for somebody. You know how people always be telling their story at the airport, how they be Sky Priority, and people be like, this guy, because I was Sky Priority. I wanted somebody to ask me, I was Sky Priority with my knotless braids.
I won't never say nothing. I just walk to the front.
Yeah, but people always ask me, so what do you do? And I'm sure it's out of curiosity, but I low-key be feeling like they think I can't afford to go to Iceland or something.
Yeah, I definitely got sized up like that on my way to New York this last time. I was in first class and I was sitting next to this guy. He was from a different country. But he spoke a different language. I don't know what language it was, but he spoke a different language, but he also spoke English. And he was just so loud. Like he was so fucking loud. So I put my AirPods in. And so I guess he noticed that I put him in because he was just yelling. So he got out the phone. So when he got the phone, he just was looking at me like, he was like, hi. He was like, you smell amazing. And I'm like, oh, thanks. He was like, so what do you do? Are you a rapper?
Oh, brother.
Every time.
That be their thing. It's either rapper or basketball player.
Yeah, he knew I wasn't no damn ball player. So he like, are you a rapper or a singer? I'm like, no. I actually need that type of shirt for the airport. Because I get asked that all the time just because I'm like.
That's the only thing that successful Black people can do.
Yeah. And in my head, I have to realize that I also, to myself, I look like an average person. But then I realized that not all guys or girls have gauges and with big stones in them and tattoos. Like that's common a little bit, but it's not common. And usually those type of people that have that are entertainers most of the time.
Yeah, because they work a job where they can be a little bit more free with their experience. Yeah. So I get it. I be trying to feel like people don't mean no harm, but I need people to open up their mind a little bit more. You can just end the sentence at "What do you do?" and then let me tell you. And then when I say scammer, don't be having the boo-boo face.
Nah, for real. I've been having a lot of weird interactions lately and just being kind of paying attention to my surroundings. And yeah, I mean, it's cool. I've definitely had some good experiences, but I went to dinner the other night. I went to this place. I don't even know the name of it. Hold on. Let me see. I'm about to find out. 1 second. Won't ever be going again.
In Atlanta?
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
Hold on.
Tell the truth and shame the devil.
Oh, I'm not shaming them today, baby. So it was a place in Midtown called Rowdy Tiger, around the corner.
Let me look it up.
From around the corner from where I am. And keep in mind, this isn't my friend's birthday dinner. This is a friend of a friend of a friend.
Okay, the food look decent.
So when we got there, I'm like, okay, across the street from the daiquiri factory, where the daiquiri factory used to be. Then I realized that it was a part of the hotel, whatever hotel it is right there.
The W.
That's the W. That wasn't a W. It was like the Renaissance something.
Oh, I was just playing.
You know they closed the W's.
Even the one by Civic Center?
They got a new name. It's not a W no more.
I don't really be staying at hotels for real, so I don't know. I be budgeting my way.
I feel it. So this restaurant, Rowdy Tiger, my friend, like I said, this is a friend of a friend of a friend. And I know her, but that's, I'm just insight. So we got there. I just was looking around. It definitely was no Black people. So I was okay, whatever. So they were having. I believe
that's still possible in the city of Atlanta.
Literally no Black people. So now this is a whiskey bar. So the girl who is having a birthday party, she's a bartender. She's a professional bartender. So she wanted to go to a whiskey bar because they have different types of whiskeys and like aged whiskeys or whatever, and that's just her thing. So I'm like, okay, well, that's kind of cool. So I'm a whiskey drinker, but I'm like, I'm not really trying to get no drinks here. Cause when I looked at the menu, the cheapest drink was like $18 as it is. And for me,
and water free.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm not gonna get a drink. I'm cool with that. I'll just figure out some food. The menu was sketchy. And it had like 4 or 5 entrees, and none of them sound appetizing. But me being me, I'm being open-minded. They also were having some type of company party in there. And I noticed that all the guys that were in there who were with the company, they were white, and they were with some younger girls at the party. So I'm looking like these are like college students, or it could have been younger than that. But I'm looking, I'm like, what's going on in here? So of course they staring at us because it's a table full of Black people. It's like 10 of us, and everybody else in there is white. On top of that, they only had 1 server and 1 bartender, which was the same person. So the server was the bartender. And she...
So they didn't even have that. They had half a server Half a bar.
half a bartender. And she was black. And like I thought that we were gonna be in the clear just because she was black, but she was one of those black people that work in those really expensive establishments, and she prejudge you before coming to the table. So she already like, oh, they're not finna spend no money.
I hate that. That's too darn bad.
So that's how she was treating us. Like even the guy who came, one of the guys who came to the dinner, he was like, you know, he was just asking questions. He was like, I drink whiskey, but I'm not really, you know, I don't really know too much about it. What do you recommend for me to get as like a beginner's type of thing? Well, I don't know your budget. What's your budget?
Oh, no, ma'am. Okay, that's not what I asked you. I came here because I want
like, what do you work? Yeah, he's like, well, I mean,
what you mean? So you mean to tell me you ain't got no, you could present all the options and let me choose.
I'm just trying to figure out your budget. So we have some whiskeys that range from $25 to $100 a shot. Like, what's your budget from that?
Oh my God. So you don't have a suggestion is what you're saying. Got it.
Yeah, exactly. So that was like strike 1 and 2. I also was just being very observant because I had some CBD gummies. So it had me like focused like as hell. So I'm looking at the menu. I'm like, whatever. I don't see anything I like. Let me get some deviled eggs. They had deviled eggs with brisket. Mm-hmm. And they also had salad. So I'm like, you know, I can tell this is a white establishment. A lot of stuff on this menu is not going to be seasoned how I want it. Let me just
play it safe.
Play it safe. When I tell you the deviled eggs came, I spit it out. I don't know what came over my body, but I felt like I was eating human flesh.
No, okay. All right. I had to remind
I've never ate a human before, but there was no fucking way that was brisket. There was no way that was brisket. I'm sorry. There was no way. No way. You cannot tell me that was brisket. And so everybody kind of like was startled because I said, I spit it out. I was like, oh no. And I didn't say
the deviled eggs was topped with the brisket.
They were cute, brisket cubes. So they looked, but Alicia.
They need to check on the missing people list because they might be at that spot.
I was like, this not meat. Like, this ain't and like now if beef.
You complain to the girl, you acting broke. You want something for free.
So I spit it out and I was like, there was a way to spit it out. I said, it's salty as hell. Like, I was just trying to, I'm like, I didn't want to like say that out loud, but I'm like,
I would say, whose son is this?
I said, it's salty. Like, it's really salty. And I just kept looking at it. It looked like, I'm going to say what it looked like. You took a picture? No. Dang. It looked like brain cubes.
What if it is? What if they did that because y'all black? That's why we no black folks in there.
And it was like really dark. Like, it didn't, oh my gosh. So I didn't eat it. So I just took all the brisket off and I just ate it and I ate the salad.
Well, you finna grow a tail soon. You about to be makeup man. Your tail gonna be a brush.
So everybody's like, Draco, why did you take that off? And I'm like, it just wasn't right. So they ate it. Somebody tastes good to me. I'm
wow.
Like,
oh my God, these cannibals. I'm sick.
So I said that to say that vegan probably coming real soon, y'all.
Oh boy, here you go. Here
I go again.
You a flip flopper.
I am. But
vegan don't want you.
I ain't never ate nothing that even resembled a human flesh or brain.
Oh, I'm sure China Cafeteria served us up a few times.
I'm sure, but they didn't give that. They seasoned it down to mask it. They didn't do that.
Oh my God.
It was just so weird. I had one of the worst experiences there.
Oh, child. Yeah, that's disgusting. I'm sorry to hear that. That's why it pays to be a picky eater. I always eat something safe. But deviled eggs is pretty safe. Like
they had wings. Somebody ordered wings, like barbecue wings. They sent them back.
No, they hated y'all. They was back there pissing on y'all food.
They didn't season them. They just put.
How was she acting? How was the server acting towards the end of the day? Like was she?
She knew that she was being that like rude, and like the stuff that we were asking for, like people started ordering certain things, and I guess she realized, like, okay, maybe they can afford this.
That's crazy. Let me tell you something. I don't
And I'm
like
like,
that.
listen, it doesn't matter what we look like. Like, if we're in here, we obviously know what's up. Like,
And it doesn't like
it was just weird. So she apologized. She was like, I'm sorry. She's like, I'm the only person that's working the floor. And da da da.
I
And I'm
don't want to
like,
hear that.
yeah. Same.
Y'all need to put them bodies in the
I was
morgue
giving
where
that
they
same
belong.
thing because they was trying to take up for her. He was like, well, I know I was a server and I used to have attitudes. I said, well, you shouldn't come to work. Like, you shouldn't
Yeah,
choose this type of
exactly.
job if
Listen,
you're gonna have an attitude
if
all
you
the
work in the service industry, you are a servant, and I'm not supposed to know about your personal life. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're having a bad day, but I didn't come here for a bad day meal. Period. All right, let's move on into shop talk. It's my turn, or whatever the case is. So, as many of y'all know, or everybody know, because I feel like I really didn't go into detail my full plans and dates, but I just got back from Kenya on yesterday. No, I got back Monday.
You doing shop talk or Black Business of the Week?
Black Business of the Week.
Go ahead.
So I went to Kenya, and usually when I travel, I book a tour guide because for me it's the safest option. If something happens, somebody know who to sue. You know what I'm saying? Versus me traveling around on my own and being like, last time we seen this, she was on Highway 19. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I always make sure I go through a reputable tour guide. I make a clear plan on what I want and what I want to do, what I want to see, and then I just kind of coordinate it that way. So my Black Business of the Week is actually the tour company that I used in Kenya. So if anybody's ever thinking about visiting Kenya, I highly recommend Reliable Tours. So on Instagram, they are Reliable Tours Kenya. I also tag them in my post from Kenya on my Instagram. And the owner, her name is Carol. You do have to communicate with her through WhatsApp. And, I know in America that sounds asinine, but around the world, everybody communicates through WhatsApp. So it's not unprofessional whatsoever. So just reach out to her. You can tell I sent you. I don't know if I'll get anything for it, seeing as that's about 18 hours away. But I really do. So I reached out to a few different tour groups, and some try to holler at me. Some try to price gouge me. And then I got Carol, who was very, very fair with her price. And she was so prompt with communicating. Mind you, Kenya is 7 hours ahead. I never really waited long for her to respond back to me. If I needed any kind of adjustments on my itinerary, she made those adjustments. She gave me the quotes and everything. Everything was really fair, and I really appreciate it. Again, on Instagram, it's Reliable Tours Kenya, and her website is reliabletoursafrica.com. And I'll put the information in the episode notes. She does a lot of, like, if you go on the Instagram page, you'll see all the different itineraries she offers, and she can do custom ones as well. But my driver picked me up from the hotel, took me to the Masai Mara, which you guys know is like the animal reserve, which is connected to the Serengeti. It's all basically the same thing. And I had a great time. I felt very safe. I didn't feel like I was going to end up on the side of Highway 19. There was no issue with the language gap. Everything was accommodating. If I had special requests, they were arranged, and et cetera, et cetera. So I'm just really grateful that I found somebody that didn't try to rip me off, because when they find out you're American, let me tell you something about Kenya. Kenya got East African prices, then they got non-East African prices, okay? And them non-East African prices are double, okay? And I ain't even mad at it, because I definitely feel like people that live there shouldn't have to pay the same as people that come to visit there. But I'm saying all that to say.
Oh wait, that's like a thing.
So it'll say it on the price menu. It'll say Kenyans $3, non-Kenyans $23. Yeah, so so I ended up making some friends out there, and so they was just like, when we go places, don't talk. So I'd be like, and then I'll pay the Kenyan price or whatever the case is. It was really funny, but like I said, I'm not mad at it, but I also don't want to be ripped off just because I'm American. You know what I'm saying? And Carol was really the prices she quoted me was like half of what other people was quoting me. So I just want to put her out there. She there are so many tour groups out there. I mean, thousands probably. She is one of the smaller ones. She used to work for a bigger one, and then she wanted to make her own because her intent was to be a little bit more affordable and more personable with her own company. So she's been doing it for a few years now. The driver that I had, he's been doing tour guides in the Masai Mara for 10 plus years. So this is not somebody who just woke up out of bed and decided they wanted to be in the industry. But when it comes to like going somewhere like Africa, the cost of everything add up quick, y'all. I'm telling y'all. So I just want y'all to shout to support her if you guys ever plan to visit Kenya. And she does not just specialize in Kenya. I know I've seen her do quotes for Dubai, different countries around the world, because when you think about that region of the planet, I mean, there are other destinations that are tour related that we wouldn't normally think of in America. So don't hesitate to ask her if she can curate something for a different country. But if you go on her Instagram, you'll see the different countries and stuff she can do plans for. But I'm telling y'all, she's really prompt. I would have felt like I was the only customer she ever had, but I'm not. So my trip, while it was expensive, I didn't pay it all up front. I mean, I booked the trip like 5 months ago. You know what I'm saying? I booked, everything was in increments, which helped a lot because I don't like, that's a lot. If they would have told me that how much it was gonna cost up front, I would have been in Atlanta this whole time, baby.
See.
But anyway, so yeah, just shout out to Reliable Tours, y'all. I really do appreciate them. You can tell Alicia Central. I wouldn't, so I wouldn't I wouldn't broadcast the business if I didn't truly believe in it. I mean, they literally got me from where I needed to go, and I had a good experience. So anyhow, let's get into shop talk. There's been a few things going on in the media that I want to speak on, which really motivated me to actually record today because I did not want to. I was very tired, still am very tired. So the first thing on my agenda is so I feel like, sometimes it be certain stuff that be going on in the media, and sometimes people will be really annoyed by it based on who the messenger is. But if it's somebody else, they won't care as much. And the people that making me say this are Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade. They have a very messy situation, and it's always been really messy. But I think because people really admire Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade, and they're very polished, it doesn't seem as messy. So she's written a second book, and she's been on this media tour, and there's been a couple of things she shared. She shared that she's like eating D-Wade's butt. Did we need to know that? Probably not. We know that he went in, they broke up, and within 1 month of them breaking up, he had another baby. That baby mama went on a reality show. Him and her got back together about a month or two after the baby was announced, and then got married the next year. You know what I'm saying? And all the while, Gabrielle Union was having fertility issues. This is all disrespectful. Now, if we take the celebrity name out of it, we'll be like, she's stupid. He dead wrong. He yada, 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 yada. So I just wanted to just talk about it because I felt like, and D-Wade was, now if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. I feel like Gabrielle Union and D-Wade was talking when he was going through the divorce with his first wife, who was not even allowed to mention his name. She took a settlement for like $5 million. It's just a lot. It's just a lot, because when you look at their social medias and their magazine spreads, you just think of happy couple, but they got a lot of sloppy, messy stuff. And she said in this interview recently that current present day Gabrielle Union would never take D-Wade back for what he did in the past. And I'm just like, I mean, I appreciate the transparency, but is that helping the case? Because that situation kind of hectic.
Yeah. I will say that I grew up in a house with a strong Black woman, which really helped a lot with how I navigate through life these days. And it really eliminates the dumb. I'm not saying that it's dumb to go back. I personally just can't see.
The baby thing, and I feel like it probably wasn't even a break, baby. They just made it seem that way, because for y'all to get back the next month and y'all engaged. And I really look at, I mean, Gabrielle Union is a very successful actress. She's at that point where she probably don't really have to even do a whole lot of acting no more. And D-Wade is a very successful NBA player. Or did he retire?
I don't know.
But either way, even if he is retired, that's just a sign of his success, right? But it's just, it's just messy. And I'm all here for people to be honest, but I feel like it's not really getting the judgment it deserves because of who they are. And I'm here to judge.
Yeah, listen, I know you, and I know what you give.
Okay, and I don't give back. You had a baby on me. Her and Lala need to come to the altar. Anyway, all right.
At this point, within the past week, I'm coming to realize that I don't know if 100% monogamy is for me.
Oh wow.
Stay near. Don't go too far yet, though. I just was looking at certain situations from like different point of views, and I'm like, you know what? I kind of want to try that, but I don't know.
Try what, polyamory?
Not that. No, not polyamory, but I'm just saying like just a non-traditional relationship, rather.
Let me ask you this. Is this because you feel like you are not having any luck finding the person that you really want?
Yeah. I feel like for me, since I'm not really, the tactics that I'm using right now and the stuff that I'm doing is not really working, I'm like, maybe I should try other stuff while I'm single.
Kidnapping?
No, I'm just saying like the things that I'm going for.
Yeah, I understand.
I think that in I don't know if it's because of where I'm currently living or what, but it just seems like monogamy isn't a thing that is present like in the present dating scene here. And I'm like,
yeah, it's definitely Atlanta. And the reason why I asked, because before, I mean, there was a point in my life where I was just like, you know what, all these men trash. I might as well just get me somebody who's gonna look out for me and just put up with it. But deep down, that's not what I want. I'm not okay with that. Period. I still believe in none cheating, and I can talk all that. Oh, that's just what it is, type of thing. But if you play me, you hurt my feelings, then you're gonna have to choke on some cereal. So I'm not even gonna play that. But I really did try to convince myself that I wanted a non-traditional relationship just for the sake of not being alone, and that's not what I want. Now you can get what you want or whatever, but I don't want you to sell yourself short because of timing. You know what I'm saying? But I do think Atlanta is the problem. I don't know if LA gonna be much help, but do you feel like the what I mean, I don't know. I don't really have I guess what I'm trying to ask is, do you feel like you are doing something that's impacting your search, or what is it? What is it?
I don't know. Like, I honestly don't know, because the thing about it is, when people, when it doesn't work out, instead of being upfront with me or be like, hey, this isn't gonna work because blah 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 blah, they go on to say stuff like, it's not you, it's me, I got too much going on.
Yeah, people rather take the fall. You know that song, "Blame It On Me." That be people's thinking for real. They don't care about looking bad. They just say anything they got to say to get out of the situation.
I just never know. And in my head, I'm like, I'm doing everything, or at least I think I'm doing everything, that'll save the situation or what. And I get, like, maybe that's just not for me, but I don't know. Another reason is because I'm moving to LA. I know that they're very open. Like, I'm when I hang out with my friends, I notice that even like their friends who are in relationships, they're very just relaxed about the situation. It's not really that deep. And I'm like, I don't really like that, but is this something that I have to get comfortable with and used to?
Don't lower your boundary. I understand though, and I'm not just saying it because I'm, in the position I'm in. I just feel like what you want, and you not going after that or trying to lower that will only make you resentful to that person. You're not gonna be happy about it. Would you date the like how the way you are and how the experiences or the way your situations have been? Would you date yourself?
Yes.
Okay. That's good. That's good. Because sometimes I feel like sometimes people have unrealistic expectations. And not saying that you are. I'm only asking just for the sake of the conversation. But I feel like it's a lot of people that are not good dating partners at all. And they want somebody who is nothing like what they have to offer. And so they wonder why things are not working out. And it's like, well, maybe because you do this and this and this. And you want God's gift to the world, but you ain't even God's second choice to the bad kids.
The only thing that I will say that I hate is that sometimes I have the tendency to complain a lot, and I try to stop doing that as much in certain situations. Sometimes it just calls for it. Like, if it's a complaint needed, I'm gonna complain.
Maybe you could just complain different kind of ways. Give it to them as feedback, and then when you give the feedback, because this is something I used to. So believe it or not, when I'm in a relationship, I'm a lot softer, and I tend to not complain as much. I try to give people like a little grace, but when I do have a problem with it, I just try to have a case ready before I do. Instead of just complaining, I'd be like, hey, when your phone was ringing while we was in church, it was hard for me to hear the message. So next time, can you make sure you do this? So now it kind of softens the blow, but it still gets the message across, and it creates perspective so that person can think about like, oh, okay, I can understand why that was a problem. Now it won't happen in every situation, but I'm just saying, if you want to complain, maybe you can present it a different way if you feel like it's an issue.
I don't complain that much, so I think it's an issue, but I also
people gotta man up. People gotta be mature. They gotta be willing to take feedback, and I'm pretty sure the part of the reason why people give you those fake excuses is because they too scared to say what they really think it is, which is annoying.
Yeah.
Sorry, Pooh. Well, if it ain't what you really want, don't force it. But I do understand that thinking. It's just like, man, let me just. But you don't want to be so desperate to not be alone that you risk yourself.
Hold on now. I'm just trying stuff.
I feel you. Well, I hope you find love. Everybody deserves it. I feel like everybody deserves love. Not everybody. Some people don't deserve nothing.
Oh, wow.
Well, I said it, and the universe said it.
Love is blind.
All right, so let's go into the next topic that I have. I wanted to talk about Will and Jada. Speaking of relationships getting on my goddamn nerves, the more and more they open their goddamn mouth, I just wonder why they married still.
Tradition. I mean,
but they are some non-traditional people.
Yeah, but at this point, they kind of probably looking at it like, we've been together this long.
Yeah.
Where are we going?
Yeah, I don't know, man. As much as I love, I have always been a little semi back and forth about the marriage thing, but between them and Miguel and his ex-wife now, it's like, dang, man, this is why I just love living alone.
Yeah.
And not necessarily to protect myself from divorce, but it just seems like Miguel and his girl was together 17 years and then they was married for 3. Now, why y'all breaking up? Now, they could have had issues before all of this, but I remember Miguel, if I'm not mistaken, voicing that he really didn't want to get married.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just curious to know if when they got married, did things change? Because I think that, I don't know. I just don't know. I'm just curious to know because I will say as I'm getting older, I am starting to look at marriage in a different light. Like it's never necessarily been my life goal, but I always felt like it was pretty much necessary, especially if you want to have kids. Now I think if I don't have kids, I don't really see the benefit. I truly do feel like if I'm going to be living alone, because I feel like when you marry and you have kids, you're just creating a foundation. But if I live alone, what I have is mine, what you have is yours. And it's like, why do I need to be up under you all day? We're not working on nothing together. You know what I'm saying? We're not building a family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I feel it.
Yeah, I just feel like things. I'm just starting to look at it a lot more different. Like at the end of the day, I just want a nice wedding, and maybe I could just have a wedding and just
Not
be
be
a party.
married.
Yeah, which I think is weird, but what y'all gonna check me? Call me Yandy, baby.
Just have a relationship party.
Ooh, ain't inviting none of the seniors in my family because they're not gonna understand.
Or change it up. The relationship party, you can have an anniversary party that where you can do that. It could be wedding themed.
But then I also think about certain things, and I shouldn't be worried about this. But even when it comes to like life or death situations, they want the next of kin. If you're not married, you don't have no rights, and if you and the parents don't see eye to eye or don't agree on stuff, something could go wrong. You know what I mean? And so, and I don't want anybody's assets or anything like that. But I do feel like once you've been in a relationship for a long time, you really tend to know that person a lot better than their own family can. So I think that's something that should just be addressed between the two. But I just don't know if I'm going to have kids. I'm not opposed to it. I just don't know given my age. And yeah, all right. I feel like in the last episode I was a little harsh about people and the vaccines. And I want to backtrack just a little bit because I do feel like people have the freedom of choice, but I just get really upset and annoyed when people are very ignorant about their views on vaccines and the reason behind them. Like I understand people not wanting to get them because whatever reason they choose, but when they say stupid stuff like their balls going to enlarge or they putting 5G chips, that's what makes me upset and tell you to shut up and get the vaccine. Okay.
Yeah.
But I think that people keep preaching this your freedom of choice, but I think they forget that freedom of choice does not end and begin with us. So for example, there's been a few states, I think North Carolina and New York, who have terminated healthcare workers for not getting the vaccine. Now, as a person, yes, you have the freedom to choose if you want the vaccine, but when you work for an institution, they also have the freedom of choice. And their choice is choosing to fire you for not complying. Now, what's crazy is what people are so shocked, but medical workers have to get vaccines as well. And not just the COVID vaccine. So this isn't really new. It's just like, it's like if you get a job, you got to take a drug test. Like you can't choose not to take the drug test. It's like a part of a condition of employment. So anyway, I do think it's pretty sad that a lot of these people lost their jobs, but they did have a choice. You know what I'm saying? So choose to work somewhere else, And they're like, oh, they start off as heroes. Now they're not heroes no more. You can be a hero one time.
You know what I'm saying? Jobs that won't even let you work without a flu shot.
That's what I'm saying. And so, I think that people are just being very one-sided about everything. So I just want to clear that up. People, if you don't get the vaccine, I'm only judging if you're saying stupid stuff about why. I need you to be, if you're not ready, that's one thing, but don't be telling me because it make aprons come out your nipples. Okay.
Yeah.
So I just want to talk about that. And I know I mentioned before, like my company and several other companies are terminated people if they don't comply. It is what it is. I mean, what can you do? You either your choice is to get the vaccine or lose your job. Anyway,
basically she's saying,
I'm saying you have a choice, they have a choice. You work for private institutions, they have a choice. They all have policies, just like you can't discuss certain things or talk about certain topics at the workplace. They all have policies, but I don't want to spend too much time on that. My next thing I want to talk about is Kelly Price. Sister girl, what's going on?
He was a friend of mine.
And what? This situation is so dynamic that I've caught up on some today, and I don't even know where to start. But long story short, like a month ago, Kelly Price had announced she had COVID-19.
Yeah.
And then didn't T.S. Madison said something like, "Hey, y'all need to check on her."
Yeah, she brought it to light.
And then people of her sister or some people in her family basically said it was a missing persons report, yada, yada, yada. Her lawyer speaks up and says she's fine. They're like, oh, her man won't let people see her. And it just was a lot, y'all. So basically what it appears is that, you know, as somebody who's just going to take everything for what I've seen as face value, Kelly Price got COVID-19, got really sick, and didn't really update nobody on her status. And her man is not letting people see her. And so they had this whole uproar on social media. It went by for several days before she released some statement from her Instagram that she didn't even say out her mouth, like she made a post. It was just really weird. And I remember looking at some interviews with Kelly Price, and listen, y'all, I feel like a lot of times people be with partners that really put them in bad situations. Now, I'm not saying that about Kelly Price, but I remember her saying that she didn't really make the best choice in men.
Yeah.
And her family was accusing her man of being the reason why because I'm trying to understand. I don't even know what's going on. What's she at? I really like Kelly Price.
I thought she made a video.
She did. She went on somebody's show, but before that, though, how many days went by before? I mean, I was in Africa, but yeah, I don't know. It's just really weird. I don't even know why I spoke on it. All right, anyway, she was a friend of mine. Or any shop talk stuff?
Let me see what I want to talk about. I have something. Let me see. Jada.
Oh my God. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh. Jada Wayda. What I think is going on with her is that since she is single, you know, when she was in a relationship, I feel like Lil Baby had a lot of he had a lot of to do with her safety. Like he would, I don't know, as far as like security wise. I don't know if she doesn't trust her security or what, but she just recently got that gun, and she was in the store in North Carolina buying some jewelry, and she just was flaunting it, which I thought
doing
was
the most.
Yeah, it was
doing
funny.
the most, very unnecessary.
And so, why she took that gun to Jamaica, I don't know. But I know that she probably took a private jet, and a lot of people be doing a lot of stuff on them private. A lot of people be doing a lot of stuff on them private jets.
Yeah, because they don't have TSA.
They don't, and so you get away with a lot of stuff. Like I don't know if they got caught trying to leave or what, but her and Greg,
she probably walking down the street with a gun in her hand. First of all, okay, so I saw that video of her out leaving South DeKalb Mall, North DeKalb Mall with that gun in her hand. And then people talking about Atlanta crazy. So you just walking on the sidewalk with a gun in your hand? And then not on top of that, you was like, hey, watch me recording, walking away with this gun in my hand. I just feel like some stuff is a little lame. That was really lame. And I had a little respect for Jada because I like how she cleaned up her image after that Walgreens incident. But this gun is bringing her back to that stage. Okay, it was just a little light. It's just, you know, I know y'all doing people. She's a social media influencer, but like, let's be for real. That is very unnecessary. And then you record it, and it's like, to me, I always felt like when you strap, like that's really not something you should broadcast, because if anybody's gonna size you up, they know what you're working with. You know what I'm saying? It's best for them to think you ain't got nothing going on. And now people are like, oh, like you could say, little baby protected her, but like that, okay. So anyway, she get arrested, and her and her friend got arrested in Jamaica for having a gun. Thankfully, their fine really isn't that crazy.
Yeah.
But it's just like, what you doing? But I know people, you know, people have definitely got caught up with guns in certain other countries, but I need people to understand that it's rule. Even in state to state is different laws for certain stuff. And I know that, you know, as easy it is for us to travel and go from destination to destination, you need to be aware of what's going on. But I'm pretty sure she just had it out. She probably was outside waving around, talking about wagwan and junk. And they were talking about you going locked up behind up. That's anyway. That situation showed me why I'm 32 and need to mind my business.
I honestly need to get me a gun, but I don't know California gun laws, so I'm gonna just chill.
I feel like the South is more loose, so you definitely need to find out.
Yeah, because I know New York ain't with it.
Have you? I don't know if we talked about this before, but have you ever traveled with people and came back not friends?
Let's talk about it.
So, you know, as many people know, I've been traveling alone since 2015, and it's not because I can't get people to travel with me, because that's my DMs. Ever since my little post I made yesterday, my long post, people like, just take me next time. No. That's not what I don't want that. I don't want people to come with me. I don't care if I'm going to Antarctica. I'm gonna go by myself. I just enjoy my own company, and I've said it several times, but I think that people misunderstand my it's my journey with traveling solo. It's personal development, just like y'all smoke hookah and blow it into the phone. Draco, I travel.
Oh.
Travel alone is my thing. But anyway, one of my when I do think about traveling with people, I get annoyed because I think about all the times that I was super cool with people and we went on trips and then I came back not want to talk to nobody from their whole genealogy. Like I'm like, all of y'all, it cannot exist. It's so weird. Like you can be cool with people for a long time and travel with them, and it's like a different side of them comes out. And I don't know why that is. So I was gonna ask you about your experience with that, and I'm gonna share mine.
Almost every time that I've went on a trip, I've come back. Um, I've come back not friends with somebody. Okay.
And that
Um,
is so crazy.
um, it's for different reasons. Now, surprisingly, when I went to Tulum, that was the most amount of people that I've ever traveled with, and it was an amazing trip.
Yeah.
We had one mishap. It didn't cause us not to be friends, but somebody was basically spending our money for us, and we was gonna jump
Oh,
down.
I definitely don't want to talk to your grandmama can go, your granddaddy can go, your dog can go.
So my goal for trips is to relax nowadays. Like I
Yeah.
definitely wanted. I feel like on all the trips that I've taken, I've always done like activities and stuff like that. But now that I've been going on a lot of trips that are like similar in similar regions, I pretty much realized that all of the attractions are going to be kind of the same for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to do all that all the time, but I
Yeah, you
do.
just want to enjoy the environment and chill.
Yeah. And so my birthday this year, I went to Dominican Republic, and I keep telling people that I didn't have fun, and I want to take that back. I think that I just was just pissed off just by what was going on, but Dominican Republic was actually really nice. The only thing that I did hate for real is that the water was really dirty, and
You
they
did
had a
say
lot
that.
of they have a lot of people that panhandle and beg. I lost my vaccine card there too, so I know.
A lot of Dracos out there. They had that screenshot in your jump.
Man, them folks out there vaccinated boots. So the main reason why I was just kind of irritated because I feel like when we're paying to come to another country, I don't want to do nothing that I can do at home, for the most part. Like we can go out and have fun, maybe go to a bar or something, but when it comes to like going to the mall,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go to the mall in Dominican
Yeah, it's
Republic.
like I'm not really on. Yeah, I mean, unless there's something specific there. Like when I went to Kenya, there's a store called Mango. I actually ended up not going, but I always order from them because it's an international company, and they don't have any locations in the U.S. I think they might have one in Vegas, but
I had a problem with that because we were staying in like a private villa, and they're so strict on like, and the villa was so strict on security that they wouldn't even let Ubers in. Now the
yeah, I
Ubers were
remember that.
very cheap, so we had to get a private driver, and the conversion of money is different, and they also be jugging.
Yeah,
So
for sure. They definitely trying to jug in Kenya, but I still love my people.
yeah, they was jugging. So you're trying to go to the mall, and that's taken out of the money. Like it was just a mess. Like I just didn't have fun, and I just kind of felt like disrespected to the point where like you don't even give a fuck. So then we ended up going to the mall, and it literally was nothing open because of COVID.
Yeah. Oh
All
yeah.
that
It's like,
I mean,
see,
like literally like chastising me, but like, what is your beef with going to the mall? And I'm like,
oh, I would have felt
you
so
could
good
do
seeing
that.
them stores closed. It would have made the wasted money worth
Listen.
it.
I did when we walked in there. I literally just looked like,
What's that TikTok sound? Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah,
okay. But pipe down. Pipe
yeah,
down.
yeah. So then they gonna try to whisper to us, like, I'm gonna just give you a little extra money from.
That's so crazy. And that's another thing why I want people to embrace solo travel because we all have our own plans and ideas that we want to do. And you need to, when you with a group, you do need to be considerate of that or be prepared to do certain stuff yourself. Like if you want to go to the mall, go to the mall. I'm gonna stay right here and flip my pillow. And
Yeah,
I think that like you, I know you mentioned like when you travel now, you just kind of want to relax. See, I'm the opposite. I be on the go. Every single hour is accommodated. So bus, no sleep, plane. That's me. And I don't think people realize that. And I'm like, listen, okay, y'all join me on this trip. You're going to hate me. And I'm going to be happy
Well,
because I'm going to do
let me take that back. I don't mind doing that, but I do want like one day of relaxation, like going to the beach and
Yeah,
relax.
I had my last day in Kenya. I slept all day. And I ain't never, I mean, it was from sun up to sundown.
See, yeah, like I have a relaxation day or go to a beach day, like something small where it's not causing me to like do a lot of walking or a lot of endurance. But like, yeah, I don't know. I just really don't think that people understand what they're getting into sometimes with these trips. And so like the newbies that come on the trip, like if we're doing a group trip, I'm kind of a little sensitive with them because I'm like, okay, I know you don't travel that much, but I'm willing to explain to you how it normally goes and how this does. Now, if you are not okay with that, or you just want to do stuff your own way and complain and do all this stuff, I'm not coming here with you again.
Yeah, period. Oh my God.
I'm
And
not
you gotta
doing
have
this.
an open mind. Let me tell you something. 2 times I used the bathroom that was a hole in the ground. 2 times. And I don't know nobody who was gonna use that bathroom with me.
Yeah. That's how I was in Dubai. I think I took a picture of it. As soon as I got off the plane, it was a hole in the ground.
Yeah, I did it, and it caught me off guard when I first saw it. But I sent it to some of my friends, and they was like, "Oh, H now." I'm like, "See," and don't get me wrong. To me, I try to be respectful of the culture because at the end of the day, this is somebody's country, this is somebody's hometown, and you can't travel to third world countries with Western ideals and thinking stuff is gonna be the same way. So when I saw them, I was like, "Oh, I gotta pee. This where you pee at? Pipe down." I was in there twerking.
Oh my gosh. But now, yeah, I'll be open minded to stuff like that. I was actually
But see, you got a dick. You ain't gonna be peeing on yourself.
I'm not, but let me tell you something. Oh yeah, that's how I look in Dubai.
I had to make sure I ain't pee on the back of my jeans. And didn't.
Oh my god, what is
Yeah.
it? Did you hold on to the ground?
I hold on to my knees. I was twerking. I was in a twerk stance, and I was Alicia the Stallion in that bathroom, baby.
Did it make it in the hole at least?
Oh, it made it in there, and I was a sharp shooter. I was like, oh, I'm kind of fine with it. I got a little pressure washer down there.
Oh hell no! How was the food there? That's what I wanted to see.
Oh my God, it was so good. Oh my God, I had a few native Kenyan meals. Now I can't tell you what it was. A lot of it is very starchy, so I had a lot of potato based foods. I had some this kale. I'm gonna text my new friends and have them tell me what it is. But the food, I ain't have nothing nasty, and I tried Indian food for the first time. Judge me.
Okay.
Because something I learned while I was out there is Kenyan culture and Indian culture is very alike in a lot of ways, especially their cooking. But something I tried for the first time, y'all, was paneer, baby. Now this don't look that good, but it's like cream, spinach, and cottage cheese, and you dip it with the naan bread, garlic naan bread. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! So got there good, baby. But yeah, I didn't have nothing that wasn't good. Now I will say there were a few things that were abnormal. Like my hotel for breakfast, they would serve like tomato fried rice, which actually was really good because at the end of the day, it's just fried rice with tomato sauce in it. But it was like tomato fried rice, a boiled egg, crepes. It was like a bunch of random stuff. So I would just stick to fruits and I actually lost like 2 pounds out there because I was just eating a bunch of plant-based stuff. But and I'm not very open-minded with food. The way I treat food is how I treat music, and I just stick to what I know.
Yeah, I'll be trying to get. That's another thing. That's another thing that irritates me. Traveling with people who are not open-minded to trying stuff in the different culture.
Yeah, it all depends on what trying stuff is. And I'm sorry, I'm not.
No, if it's like a weird animal or something like that, I get it. But I'm saying like certain stuff. Like if I know that you don't eat tomatoes in America, I'm not gonna expect you to come out here and be like, oh, I'm gonna eat this.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, a lot of foods is made with the same stuff we actually eat. It just may be made. Like for example, like paneer is spinach and cottage cheese. Like obviously I eat both, and I eat bread, and I eat garlic. You know what I'm saying? So it's just all about like how it's made. But I'm open minded with certain stuff, but I'm not eating no meat, and I'm not eating nothing slimy. So
yeah,
keep your okra to yourself.
It's the human cubes for me.
Oh my God.
But no, so, I was pissed off in Dubai because we didn't have any native food.
Oh, what kind of food do they have? Like, I mean, not to sound ignorant, but is that more closely related to like Indian food, or I know that's not India, but I know it's Middle Eastern.
it's more like Mediterranean kind of.
True.
Mediterranean kind of food, but they eat American food. Like all their food was American. They had like TGI Fridays. I'm like, girl,
Dubai is like one of the richest places you can go to. So I can't even lie. I'm like, if y'all give me a corn dog, I'm gonna have to eat a corn dog. I mean, that's what y'all say. It's probably gold plated.
Yeah.
Now, yeah. So have you ever? So I remember. Okay, so one, I gotta protect the innocent in this story. In college, I went on this trip. Okay, a group trip. And I only knew maybe 3 people there too. And the rest of them were their friends. Okay. And so this actually, like, basically, long story short, with too many goddamn people. Okay. There's a lot of us. And there was a lot of different personalities. And I know for myself that my personality can be a lot to adjust to, because I tend to be very colorful, very loud, and all that good stuff. And that's fine. I'm not changing that. But I feel like 1 or 2 of these people would judge me off rip because of that. And that's fine. I'm very used to it. Trust me. But then as we, spent more time together on our road trip, they realized I was funny. So they had to crack a smile. They couldn't hold it back. I'm funny. And then it came to spending money. And I think that I was a little bit more loose with my money because I had just got my refund check. And so they will be trying to get stuff from me, or they'll be like, oh, because at least you're going to get this for me. And now, mind you, we're not even cool because I know you didn't like my joke. You thought it wasn't funny. But anyway, so it just created a little rift between us, because I was getting annoyed because I know you didn't like me, and now you see an opportunity for me to do things for you because you feel like I got some money. And so it just was really annoying. I think that might have been the first for real group trip that I had ever taken, because I was still living in poverty at the time. But it did kind of give me it kind of, so at that time I was like, is it women that I don't like, or is it group trips? A lot of time when I don't know about everybody else, but it used to be a point where girls be like, I don't hang with females. That was the thing. I know we all support Black women now, but don't act like y'all ain't never say y'all don't get along with females. And so I remember thinking like, maybe that's what it is, because a lot of my friends are men or whatever the case is. But I think those are the early stages of me realizing I don't like to travel with people. And then I'm also not somebody, and I'm just now at this point I'm thinking about like trips I've taken since then or planned with people. I don't party. I don't want to go to a party. I don't care if we in Jamaica. I don't want to go to a Jamaican club, an African club, a Bayesian club. I don't want to go to no club. So now I'm gonna be the one that y'all trying to influence to come out. Well, I just want to stay at the hotel. Y'all should be okay with that. But instead, people get really annoyed about it. Or I don't want to like people be going to other countries and breaking laws. And I don't like that. They be on their Jayda Wayda. And so I've been some places that people be trying to like buy drugs and stuff. I'm just like, no, you get what I'm saying?
What do you mean breaking the law? Yeah, no, I'm not.
Yeah, it's like to me, it's crazy. But I've heard so many horror stories of people that have gone on vacation to these countries and have died, like not made it back. And it's just so many different things that go on. And to me, it's just like, I would be extremely careful when I leave the U.S. I mean, I'll be careful in the U.S. as it is. But when you go to another country, you're just not going to know the whole law book. So you just need to proceed with caution. So, after traveling with people and just little stuff like that, to me, it's just made me realize, like, you know what? Clearly, I don't have any friends that like to move how I move, especially when traveling. So let me just try my hand at traveling alone. And not to mention the actual process of planning the trip, getting people's deposits, getting people to make their installments, getting people to book their part. Because let's say you book a resort and people got to book their own flight. They might wait to the last minute, or they don't want to split no money, or they want to give it to you the day before. And all that stuff is just too much. It's too much. And I don't work well like that, because I don't have a problem with people like having to plan out their money per se, but it's tough for me because once I pick the date and the location, that's what it's gonna be. I'm sorry, like I don't know what y'all do over there, but that's not my life. But it's stuff like all that stuff matters to me, because to me it's a little foreshadowing of how it's gonna be on the actual trip. Because now you might not want to do an excursion. Like, I'm not going to tell people don't travel if they ain't got no money, because I do think people should experience stuff, during hard times. But at the same time, you just got to be realistic. I know you want to go real bad. You want this Instagram photo, but I'm not doing two to a bed.
No.
Exactly. And I might not even want to share in a hotel room with you, to be totally honest. I'm definitely not going to get on that Southwest plane with you.
There we go.
But anyway, so all that stuff just matters to me. And I mean, I think that in the day, if you're in a relationship, that's probably the best group trip you can take. But if you really value your friendship, just don't live with them and don't travel with them. Because something about crossing them borders changed, folks.
Listen.
It's crazy. And I ain't had no problem. Now, I don't know I ain't the problem, because I done been to more destinations by myself than with folks. And then you tell folks, I'm telling folks where I want to go next, and they like, oh, why you want to go there now? When these pictures hit, don't be trying to spin the block. I tried to tell you.
It happens like that every time.
Yep, man. I know my pictures snap. I know I'm that girl, so.
See.
No, my pictures did.
I had a problem with that too. Like, people dropped out of my trip until the night before.
Okay, now hold on. Let me just disclaim, y'all. I dropped out the trip, but what was my reason? And I still paid for my part. I paid for my darn spot in that darn hotel.
But everybody, like, somebody backed out the night before we left.
Oh no, that's crazy.
And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm not giving you your money back, and you need to pay me for these excursions that I booked everybody.
Exactly. See, I don't think you had booked no excursions yet now.
I was just like,
see, and what was the reason? What can be a good reason besides not being dead?
He had an emergency meeting at work.
So you ain't take time off, okay?
Emergency meeting at work. The emergency meeting ended up turning out being that he needed to come return his laptop, and he was getting
fired.
laid. Yeah.
Oh wow. Well, I can understand that. I think. Shoot, that's bitter to me. That's the reason to go on the trip.
Yeah. So he was like, "Yeah, I should have just came." I'm like, "Well, you could have changed your flight. You could have just and just came later." Like, I don't understand what the problem was, but
yeah, I see. And I'm not gonna lie to you. Stuff like that really shifts the mood of the trip. Like, it just be too much. It's just I just don't like that. I'm
not having another group trip for my birthday ever.
Well,
if you want to go, you can come, but I'm not making it a thing.
I know what you mean. These are the dates. This is where I'm going. See you or see you not. Yeah, I can understand that. That's how I feel. You need to make the plan that you want for yourself, and people gonna have to fall in line. But don't come on my trip trying to change stuff up, because I know exactly what I want to do, and that's what I be trying to express to people. Like, I be from sun up to Sunday. If Kenya didn't have a 10 p.m. curfew, baby, I could have seen that whole country in 2 days. Okay. Yeah. But I don't think people understand, and then it's like, now you have to kind of be companions for each other on this trip. You got to really talk. It's just a lot of stuff that I'm just like, when I travel, I don't want to hear that. I want it to be peace and quiet. I want to hear the waters and the squirrels in the background. I want to hear the giraffes playing patty cake. I don't want to be hearing about how you miss Mama and Pawpaw.
It be you with Mama and the Pops and all that.
I just have gotten to a place in my life where I know exactly how I want things to go, and I don't want that to be interrupted by anybody. That's why traveling solo is perfect for me. And I don't know if people understand it. They just see cool pictures and they want to be a part of it. And I genuinely understand that. But if you didn't have no interest in going to this place before, I know you're not going to be interested in the stuff that I want to do when we get there. Yeah, I'm a little geek.
And I'm open-minded. So yeah, I might ain't never heard of it before, but we here, and I ain't probably never come to this country again. Let's go.
Well, next place I'm gonna go to is Seoul. Now, if it weren't for Janae, I probably wouldn't be thinking about going. I would want to go one day, but I'm pressed about it now. But they got that darn 14-day quarantine, so that's why I had to go to Kenya. But yeah, so anyway, I just was curious to know about that. Do you have you ever traveled with family?
No, I'm supposed to be doing that soon though. My sister wants to plan a trip before I move. Oh,
that's good. To where?
We have no clue. They actually all want to come to California for the first time.
That'll be helpful because you ain't gotta go nowhere.
Yeah, they get in the hotel though. I ain't doing it. Yeah, no.
I went on a cruise with my cousins, which actually it was good. But see, me and my cousins tight, and we know each other so well. Like, I feel like it's not a lot of surprise personalities and stuff like that. And we all, we just are very transparent with stuff. But even then, I don't want to travel with family every single time. It just needs to be a special occasion. But to me, travel is just so powerful and great. And it's so unique. Like, some stuff you can't just go back to that easily. So I need people to not be messing it up.
Yeah. Well, what other than Seoul, what other places that you think that you would want to travel to?
And I want to go to Portugal for sure. I want to go to the UK. I definitely want to go to Greece. I just want to go all around Europe. Eventually I want to go to Antarctica. It's going to be probably triple what I paid to go to Kenya. I don't really want to go to Dubai, but I do just want to be there to experience the culture, because it just has gotten so washed out. I mean, like, oversaturated, I guess you can say.
It'll go away though, because remember, that's how
I don't think so. Dubai been popping for a long time. Dubai
was like that for a minute.
Yeah, but Dubai hasn't always been this lit as a country in general, and I feel like it's been like since 2010. I also want to go to I want to go to the Ice Hotel in Quebec City. I plan on going for my birthday. And I mean, I don't know, there's just so many things. Like the thing is, I learned something and I just want to go. But I think my to-do list has been pretty standard for a long time. I haven't really added nothing. Seoul is probably the first thing I really just added. But for the most part, I have every country that I want to go to already planned out. I just need to pick the destination. I mean, pick the time frame and the price.
Yeah.
But definitely want to go to Lisbon and Peru. Oh, I want to go to Lima so bad. Oh my God.
See, I ain't go that far. So right now, the only place that I want to go would be
When I want to go to Exuma.
Shibuya. Shibuya, and so I'll go to Seoul too, actually, because
When I want to go to Cappadocia, riding the hot air balloon. Oh, it's so much. That's why why would I start having kids? Why
got
are
a
you
point.
being weird to me? Yeah, I have a lot of places I want to go to. I can't even
I listened
flex.
to our podcast this morning. That was so funny.
For real, I ain't listen to it. I got enough podcasts on my goddamn radar, and I'm sorry. But
No,
but yeah,
I want to go to Shibuya so bad. So I think that, like, I was just sitting here chilling one day, and I'm just like, you know what? I really need to start having motives when I go on trips. I think that for the most part, I just look for clear water.
yeah.
And
See, to me, that gets old after the first two times.
yeah, nah, and imagine me. Every trip I go on is giving it. So now I think that I want to actually go on trips that are like very creative and inspiring. So I want to go to Shibuya just to shop and just experience it. And then I also, while I'm there, I want to go to the Harajuku district and like dress up because they support that. You know, they don't look at it as appropriation, but they help out with it too. So, you know, I do want to kind of dress up like the Harajuku people and take photos and just experience the life, try the food, go around. I want to do that. And I ain't really thought of nowhere else. I do want to go to Africa, but I just don't know what part. My friend is going to Egypt next week, and I thought that was pretty cool, but I'm gonna wait
Is
to
she going
see.
alone?
It's a he. Nah, he going with
He,
girlfriends.
yeah, because I want to go to Egypt as well, but it's just a little. They have a different culture towards women. So I've been a little hesitant. But yeah, I mean, for me, I have always been big on history, and that's what has attracted me to a certain destination. So once I find something like cool there, like if I can go down the list, but like if I go to Peru, I want to go to Lima and see I mean Machu Picchu, and I want to take selfies with llamas and cool stuff like that. But and I know that looks cool, but I know some of my friends is not with that. They're gonna say they stank, they're gonna be tired of hiking up the hill. And I get it, but don't be trying to come on my trip with that. Cause I'm gonna do it.
Exactly. I don't really be having time for the insertions on my plane. Like I pay all this money to come over here to experience stuff.
Exactly. And I
I don't
will
need you
leave
to try
you.
to
I will leave people. I'm not joking.
just leave them at home.
That's what I'm saying. Just let me go by myself. If you want to go, then go. Please do your own research and find somewhere to go. But I got a long list of living to do, and I wanna do it. So
Yeah, I do think I might take my first solo trip soon, though.
you should
Um,
please do.
I think I want to go to I want to go to Cabo by myself.
You just got here and talk about all this goddamn water, and you're gonna go right back to the water.
Yeah,
You should do well, I don't know, you do what you want to do, but I be feeling so enlightened when I do like cultural stuff. It just wakes me up.
yeah.
But I definitely want to go to Exuma so I can swim with the pigs, even though I can't swim.
Oh my gosh, I'm sure the water would be very shallow.
I know, but I'm just gonna go for that and then come back home. It's gonna be a day trip.
Oh, okay, we'll see. Where's that at
Oh
anyway? I never heard of that before.
yeah. Oh really? See,
Zumba.
Exuma, Exuma,
Exuma. I
Bahamas.
never heard of it. Oh,
It's in
that's in
Bahamas. Mhm.
Bahamas.
But it's not. It's not. It's his own island.
And you know what's so crazy? I was about to say, um, you could swim with the pins in the Bahamas the whole time you was talking about the Bahamas.
Yeah, the island is called Exuma, and then just like Aruba has flamingos and stuff like that. But I just want to see. There's so much this world has to offer, and it's just crazy that some people never left 285 to see it. And I want people to be able to experience it, man. Because one day we're gonna be so old, and we're gonna have aching body parts, and we're gonna be telling the younger folks how they need to live life more instead of being a person that did live life to set that example.
Yeah. Um, I will be out of this apartment in about 2 weeks. Like I'm planning to it'll be probably less than 2 weeks. I have a big photo shoot in LA on the 11th of October.
A personal photo shoot.
No, it's for one of my clients. It's a huge one. And so I'm gonna be going out there for that, but I don't see the point in going out there on the 11th when my moving day is the 15th and coming back home. So I'm just
Yeah, so you just need to do it there.
yeah, I'm gonna try to text the property manager and just see if let her know what's going on and just see if she can just allow me to move in maybe 2 days earlier and then I can pay the prorated whatever just because
Yeah, it just makes sense because all the time you're gonna spend going back and forth, you could have been putting that energy towards actually moving.
yeah. So what I'm gonna do is when I travel, I'm gonna travel with 2 huge suitcases, 2 or 3 of them, and just pay whatever it is to ship them. And yeah,
You
just
can
drop.
probably check them.
That's what I'm doing.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm gonna check them, and then I'm gonna just get there and drop it off at the apartment. Just start dropping stuff off, and I'm gonna get a rental. I'm getting new TVs. These are going. I've had these TVs since 2013. It's time, both of them. Time to get new TVs. But I'm gonna sell these, get new TVs. I'm gonna get a new mattress and stuff like that. So I'm gonna do that while I'm out there. But yeah, look at my apartment right now. It's it's getting empty here.
I'm getting sleepy. I'm sorry. We got to wrap. I'm tired. I don't know if I'm gonna ever be caught up on sleep.
Because of the trip.
Yeah, I'm just tired. It's crazy. I don't really have jet lag. I got really lucky because when I went to Kenya, when I finally landed, it was nighttime. So I just went to bed and woke up the next day. And it was like that. But then on my way back, I slept the whole day, my last day in Kenya. My flight left at midnight. So I slept on the plane. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't really have interrupted sleep. And then when I got back, I slept Monday and Tuesday. And I'm still just really tired. So maybe that is jet lag.
I'm sure it is. But anyhow, that's fine. I gotta go anyway. Peace.
Okay. All right. This might come out tomorrow.
All right.
Bye.